Okay, it looks like I'm live. Wait a few minutes for people to come in. Say hi, and then we'll finish reading our little book tonight. As I said, I don't know, this publication, it appears that War is a Racket is already read through. It was pretty short, but there's all these attached essays, so we'll be reading through those, I think. But anyway, I'm sure we'll learn something. Hopefully he won't have me reading all these numbers again. That was kind of like, I don't know. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. I might sneeze. Why are they showing me people about my friends? Strange. Okay. Interesting Labor Day. It's kind of flown by. Hi, Gregatron. Nice to see you. I'm on. We're going to read tonight. Going to get through this old stuff and maybe learn something. We'll see. Oh, I might sneeze. How was your Labor Day? I don't know. I'm kind of having mixed feelings about my day, to be honest. It was, like I said, it kind of flew by. I might sneeze again. I don't know. That was intense. That was a big sneeze. I wonder what it'll sound like on catch up when I listen to it. Oof. Yeah. Today was intense. I don't know if I should talk about like what happened. Met up for breakfast with a man that I don't know, kind of been seeing. He asked me about, I don't know. It was just weird. He wanted to talk politics, and he was really anti-Trump, which is an interesting conversation. And yeah, he called Trump a liar, and I was like, well, what did he lie about? And he couldn't say anything. He couldn't respond with anything. He didn't have any response to that. I was like, okay, Lord. Do you think there's anybody who's been president in the history of our nation that isn't a liar? Also, we're Christians, so I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. But yeah, I told him I didn't think that women should be firefighters or serve as president. I mean, I'm not completely opposed to a woman being president someday, but I'm really opposed to this woman being president today. Yeah, definitely. And the way that she's risen through the ranks without any sort of democratic process is appalling to me. She's just kind of been handed this position of running without any sort of democratic process, like I said. But anyway, let's forget about that. She's no Tulsi. She's no nobody. She's not I'm like, she hasn't even really her career. I don't see it as being kind of it's very inspiring to be a president either. She's not even in that position yet. I don't really know of any women in our nation right now who I could see even filling that role. Honestly, I've said before, women leaders are rare. They're iconoclasts. They're not they're not run-of-the-mill ordinary people. And these women aren't run-of-the-mill ordinary people either, but yeah, Kamala Harris. It's going to be a dark day in our nation if that woman is elected president. I'm assuming. And that's not because she's black. No, she is no Condi. You a Condi fan? I love Condoleezza Rice. Best part of the Bush administration. Definitely. And I did not like the Bush administration, but I had a soft spot for her. She's tough. I mean, some women are like, I don't want to give women like, but even then, like, you know, she wouldn't have been somebody that I would think, oh yeah, put them in the presidential role, put them at the total top. Like, anyway, things are unfortunate. But yeah, it was awkward conversation. He's much older than me too, so it was really odd, like having this kind of conversation with a old man, basically. Like, I don't know. You know, like I just yeah, I think older men should know better that like a woman shouldn't be a firefighter, you know, or like a beat cop, you know, and the reasons for this should be evident. Just, you know, even the strongest women can't really heave, you know, an incapacitated body out of a burning building the way a man can. Or you know, we saw that woman cop, like, you know, the footage of her getting beat down by a criminal. Like, this is serious. You can't just put women in these positions, like, no matter how fit and tough they are. Like, and women can do all kinds of things, you know. I know women who are in the trades, for example. Like, I know women who have all kinds of non-traditional jobs. It's not even about that, though. It's just like, really. I don't know. But yeah, he was like, well, can we still be friends? I'm like, I'm not the one with the problem. You're the one who's like triggered. I'm just annoyed. Maybe being annoyed is triggered. And I'm talking about it now. I'm decompressing about it here. Hello to Galahad as well. Gregatron is asking what the wrench by his name means. It means that you're a moderator. It means you've been given mod status. I gave out a bunch of mod status the other day. So you happen to be in the chat, you got it. I modded a lot of people, so, you know, use it wisely. I modded a bunch of people just so people wouldn't mess with each other as well, too. So I didn't want anyone getting targeted for not being a mod. But yeah, I don't know. Weird. I'm still kind of processing it, I guess. Like, why do I not have a wrench? Because I don't like the way you talk about Hake, and I don't trust you. Galahad. You're a bit off to me. I don't know what I think about you yet. I haven't viewed you long enough. I haven't been friends with you long enough to discern. See, there you go, talking smack. Don't talk smack about him in my chat. You got a question before we get started, Greg? Go on. Go off with your question. I'll answer a question. I'm down to answer a question. Galahad seems, I don't think he's insincere. I just think he's weird and kind of creepy. I don't know, like, and he came like swinging for Hake immediately, which makes me think something's up. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just at the first time interacted or saw him, it was just like going for him. So I'm like, is there some kind of like, is this a elaborate troll? Is this a fed? I don't know. I have followed Jesse for years. Okay, well, you ain't been chatting, at least not under this name. Okay, well, regardless, I still don't like it. I'm curious about Gregatron's question. He always has interesting questions. Sometimes they're hypotheticals. Those are fun to answer. What if you curse and I correct you on your own video as a mod? Yesterday you said I can say what I want. Is this like, what? Well, you can respond to anything I say if you don't like it. I mean, ultimately, you have a moderator status, but I'm the big mod. I'm the ultimate overseer of this channel, and it is a dictatorship. You're basically just like part of my not even privy council. You're like part of the, I don't know, my court. You're part of my court. Hey, it took a lot for me to build up to say the P word. It took a lot for me to, actually build up enough strength to say the P word. It took me a bit. I don't know about bowing anyone over. I don't know about that. I'm definitely not that kind. We've already discussed that. I don't want to even talk about that. This guy is still grinning about being a race war mongerer. Oh my goodness. Hi, Zenny. What up, fellow mods? Look at Galahad all by himself. Don't be nervous. Shall we get started? Shall we get started? Any other questions before the show starts? It's hard here for me. It's hard. I was like, well, I'm a conservative. I'm like, maybe I don't look conservative or something. I don't know. What does that even look like? Well, I think there's a bit about me. I do think I look more conservative than some, honestly. I mean, I look like a woman who enjoys being a woman, which is pretty rare nowadays. Yeah, I don't know. Still processing it. Still processing this morning, I guess. Yeah, that was funny, Zenny. Hello, Joelle. Your beautiful black skin. Oh my god. That was funny, though. I like when Joelle gets ticked, though, when he gets that really serious face. You could tell he's bothered. It shouldn't be as funny as it is. I know, he does need to make his merch. Why? What happened now? Irish Reform. Oh, I just had, I had a kind of like breakfast date, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I should even really be dating this guy. Because he did ask me if I wanted to pursue a relationship, and I was like, I don't think we should. I don't know. But I don't know. I do like him in certain regards as well, like as a person. I don't know. Stupid. Breakfast date, yeah. Well, he's old, He's old. So, you know, he's probably in bed by now. mm. JC hates us. I don't think, does JC hate, who is us? JC did get mad because I think I said he was a tortured soul in some chat at some point, and he got like ticked about that. He's like, "You said I was damaged," and I was like, "Well, I'm not judging you for it. Who is it?" But I don't know. Yeah, I haven't heard from him really. Although I think he did come on here and troll my chat a little bit. I did. Yeah, I did go on a date with Sleepy Joe. Joel. Oh my God, Joel would want to like the nerve I have, Terri. I am mad. What do you mean? Why are you mad, Galahad? Don't be mad. You know what? He is a bit like Sleepy Joe now that I'm thinking about it. But he was like, yeah, well, I voted for Biden because I saw him as the lesser of two evils. And I was like, oh man, amazing. And he hates Trump. And then he told me he watches CNN. I was like, well, there's the problem. You can't be watching CNN. What are you going to do, Zeddy? Have a dance off with him? You should challenge him to a dance off. That'd be funny. That is like 17 red flags. Yeah, I don't know. For almost 5 years, I have followed Jesse. What? Why are you mad at me? What's that got to do? What's that got to do with me? I know, God. Probably the best comment of the night. Jesus. My life is something. I don't know. He's a very interesting man. He's had a very interesting life. I enjoy his company, to be honest. But yeah, he's a liberal. He's probably been a lifelong Democrat, to be honest. So yeah, he probably just, sticks with what he knows. But I don't know how any one could look at what's happened with the Democratic Party this year, even if you are, and be comfortable with it. You know what I mean? No, we're not. There's nothing going to happen between us. The age gap is too wide. The age gap is too wide for me, and he has grown kids. And honestly, I'm still fertile, so I'm not. I'm not going to. I want to get married. He's had a family and a wife and a whole lot of that. He's had the whole experience. And I'd consider somebody who'd be widowed, or widow, somebody whose spouse had died, of course, but no, his kids are older than your guys' age. His kids are older than me, y'all. He's old. He old man. Anyway, that's enough. I don't need to talk about it too much. I've probably said Terri is Monica on Friends. I've never watched Friends. Am I like Monica? She used to be fat. So maybe I am like Monica on Friends. I remember seeing Courtney Cox wear a fat suit. Yeah. Political situation in our country is a mess. Okay, let's see. So that's, yeah, young men can do that too. I just feel like, maybe if I get a bit older and I'm still single, it would be okay. But I'm still fertile. So I just don't really want to get with someone who's, already had a family and stuff. If I'm going to, at least right now in my life, I don't want to be with somebody who's divorced or like that much older than me. Like it would depend on the guy. I do like older men. I prefer it just because, the young men, in my experience, don't know how to date. They don't know how to date a woman. They don't know how to take her out. They don't know how to plan a date. They don't know how to like act on a date. They don't know how to, and they're often really like in a rush. They don't really understand the value of a woman, whereas like older men tend to know what they're missing and appreciate it more. Maybe that's not true completely. Not all, but and I also, like to have somebody who's a bit more mature just because, I'm a millennial, so most millennial men are just not there yet. It is what it is. But again, I really don't know. Like, but I have been thinking recently, like maybe I do want to date somebody or, not just date, but like consider for marriage somebody who's closer to my age. Maybe that's more appropriate. You wonder what Terri thinks of it. Terri thinks of what? Man, I can't keep up with y'all. Here I am processing my. Wow, that sounds so exciting. Yeah, that's been like I've seen different programs do variations of that, or like read stories about that kind of alternative world where women are the majority and men are like a small minority. It's just for reproductive purposes. I mean, it's a fantasy. It's not going to work. I mean, the gender balance exists for a reason. Masculinity and femininity need each other. You can't have a society that's mostly male or mostly female. It will crumble because the thing that builds civilization is the harmony of the two. But you know, I mean, that's a big part of why we're having issues in the USA and in other nations. The lack of harmony between the sexes is a real stumbling block to the progress of society. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm invested in fixing that problem so that there will be a future for other generations. Um, hmm. Less men. Yeah, well, the Y chromosome isn't what it used to be. You know what? And the pornography, man, I need to. We need to do a deep dive someday. I knew this radical feminist. I actually helped her publish these articles years ago, but she did a series on the Y chromosome where she like read all this scientific study about basically the deterioration of the Y chromosome and how it's becoming like with every passing generation worse. And then she was also something that she came across that was really interesting was, how semen retention, boys, is a big deal because, and every time like you create new swimmers, basically, I'm every time these are recreated, the Y chromosome has to copy itself from the father to like the seed essentially. And every time it's recreated, it gets slightly deteriorated. So with the proliferation of like online pornography and the amount of young men who have just been consumed by like porn addictions, that in and of itself, like the chronic masturbation alone, is destroying men. It really is. And it's making the future generations, if these men even like do end up producing kids, yeah, it's making them even weaker. So like I think we should maybe do a deep dive of that. Maybe I'll pull it up sometime and we'll read her articles. She showed me, like I went to her house when we went to like put this stuff up. She lives out in like, the boonies and, on land heavily are yeah, it was interesting, her property. But anyway, yeah, she showed me like the research papers that she'd been studying for years about the Y chromosome. It was intense. So she showed me like this massive box of scientific papers that she'd been reading, and she really broke it down. She wrote this stuff out. So and she's a good writer. So, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's insane. So I think maybe we'll take a look into that. I'd like to read some of those articles here. I think that would be, especially like through a new lens, and maybe it might attract some of my old radical feminist viewers as well. Maybe I should reach out to the author as well and see if she wants to be in the chat. I don't know. Well, anyway, so we cut it off in the middle of an article, which was titled, let me see, America's Armed Forces. So this next one is called Generals, Plans, and Dollars. But Terri, my top friends, like MySpace. Is Fred here? I didn't see Fred. Is Fred here? Hi, Fred. This last group is the most deserving of attention, for it shapes military policy and determines how the political momentum of the department is to be used. Under General Douglas MacArthur, the Army's #1 soldier, the War Department has literally run amok under the New Deal. Besides grabbing the largest appropriation in peacetime, plus allotments from other funds, it has brought forth such bellicose plans as that of General Charles E. Kilbourne to locate new air bases adjacent to the Canadian border. This provocative scheme was so raw that the White House was outraged by it, not because it had been formulated, but because it was permitted to become public. The War Department was not deterred by this rebuff, however. Its Chief of the Air Corps, Brigadier General Benjamin D. Fulwa, I think, was charged by the House Military Affairs Committee with perjury, dishonesty, and an incompetence in the purchase of a $7.5 million worth of airplanes and in flying the airmail. The War Department formed a committee to investigate these charges, and on the committee was General Fulwa himself. This is almost like asking the Gas House Gang to find one of its fingermen guilty of manslaughter. Eventually, under pressure, Fulwa was permitted to step out of the service with no punishment whatsoever. In the management of 10 million motorization funds, equally serious charges were made, and the results were not much better. One officer was cashiered, but the entire investigation was conducted behind closed doors and the public received only hints as to the true situation, same as it ever was. Hello, Tomas. These stories are not set down to show the War Department is full of graft. They show the new spirit of irresponsibility in the military, their new power in directing policy and in getting what they want in the way of men and money. They are the natural result of the forceful personality of General MacArthur, the youngest and most colorful chief of staff the Army has ever had. Under slow-witted Secretary of War Dern, MacArthur has pretty nearly had his own way since the coming of the New Deal. Of course, he had to live down his handling of the bonus Army evacuation, especially when it became known he delayed proceedings that July day in 1932 until he could attire himself in just the proper uniform to advance upon veterans and women and children with bayonets and tear gas. If we understand MacArthur, we can see just how the War Department and its military machine has arrived at its present state of affairs. MacArthur, from whom great things were expected when he assumed control, has delivered the goods, not by effecting any changes in basic policy or by revamping the military, but by pumping up the existing system to its highest pressure of all peacetime. The National Defense Act of 1920, under which the War Department operates, today begins to take actual form. Oh, can you all stop watching my interview with Bev Joe? What is the inspiration for my raiment? What are you talking about? The inspiration. Well, I was wearing something else earlier. What shirt was I wearing? I was wearing a sweater, but it got a little warm, so I took the sweater off and then I put this shirt on. And I was wearing a hat, but again, it got a bit warm, so I took the hat off and let my hair be out. That was Yoda, that's disgusting. Please stop. Oh, God, why? Talk about my call on JLP. I don't know. I just felt like calling in. Usually I send a super chat with my answer, and I was like, why don't I just like call JLP? And I noticed no women had called, and Anchor Bibby had posted in the chat like, the men are taking over Women's Day, ladies. Call in. 2 lines are open. So I was like, yeah, why don't I just call? Quite an interesting observation, Tomas. I think, yeah, that is a very astute observation of that person. He did stop me. He's like, "What good has come through? What is good and true that has come through you, or something?" I was like, "Dang, give me a moment." I was only prepared to answer one question. Usually he lets the biblical answer people go, but I think he knows I'm crazy and he wants to like tease it out of me or something. It was funny though. I appreciated it. I love talking to JLP. I love him. Like, it gave me something to think about. Like, I was all like sweating by the time I got off the phone. I was like, oh, dang. I can't out troll the troll. Yeah, it was a good call. This is also just an honor to talk to Jesse. So, did I use my call-in voice? Probably. I don't know. I don't think so, Calvin. I don't think. Definitely. That, of course, Tomas. Well, I am on my best behavior when I call in, right? I'm a guest on somebody else's show. I need to behave myself and be proper, right? Calvin, indeed she is not. Indeed she is not. Honey, no. Bev is very no, I don't even want to go there. I'm not gonna say anything about her. Done. It I guess it depends on to who. I don't know. Goodness. Yeah, Jesse can really get it out of you. Regatron, they're referring to an interview I did years ago with yeah, uh another woman. So, in my simple jack haircut days, I suppose. The haircut, God, why do you have to drag me for my book? I was so, yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, it's years ago. I mean, people find it fascinating. Either they want to like see the progression of me as a person or they want to make fun of me. Just use Photoshop and all your old videos, put a wig on them. Hmm. Yeah, it is kind of something. Like, I have been very public with my craziness. What can you do? I'm sure it's off putting to people. But I mean, I also think it's been an interesting project. The Terri Strange channel has been an interesting project. And I really would not like to go back and put a wig on myself. It's better to see things as they were. Who knows? I may take these things down in time. I don't know about the interview with Bev. I mean, she would probably take it personal if I took it down, so I wouldn't just for that sake. But yeah, I definitely do not think or feel the ways that I did express in that video. Maybe there was some truth in some things I said, but I really don't know. I haven't watched it. We did talk about watching it here on this channel, but I don't even know if I really want to go through the cringe of it. Sometimes I watch like videos of myself and I just can't deal with it. I'm just like, oh God. Mm. Yeah, the only thing, Greg, though, is that people judge me for it. That's the thing. I still have people coming for me about it, especially like just, I don't know. I've had a couple of women specifically, periodically. No, I was attacking Caitlin Clark because I'm jealous of her. It has nothing to do with her race. Has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that I'm jealous and angry about how she's little Miss Perfect and can do no wrong and everybody loves her and Hank wears her on a t-shirt. Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping if anything, like I can serve as a thank you. In terms of facial beauty, you think so? Slightly more attractive. What a non-comment. What a non-comment. You are slightly more attractive than her in terms of facial beauty. But Caitlin is Caitlin. I Yeah. I just would rather not talk about her. I'd rather pretend she doesn't exist, honestly. That's funny, at least I admit it. Yeah, I know. I'm not really ashamed of anything. Every saint has a story. I'm not hiding anything. I haven't done anything that's, irredeemable or evil, any more evil than anything anybody else has gotten up to. The only evil is maybe that I didn't, wasn't more private. I don't want anyone to think I'm jealous. I'm just jealous. It's irrational. It's irrational. I'm jealous. Let me be crazy. Let me be irrational. Let me be upset. I'm not intimidated. I care about her and I don't want to do anything that would upset her unnecessarily. I'm not really intimidated by whatever. Like, come on. Yeah, you tell Caitlin. What's she gonna do? I'll run over her big feet. Then we'll see who's crying. This piece of legislation requires the military. Back to our very boring reading. Thank you. Let me get back to this. I remember one of my friend's sons sent her a friend request on Facebook years ago, and she wrote to me all freaked out. She was like, "Terry, I noticed this young man who happens to be friends with you tried to add me as a friend on Facebook. I don't know who he is or why he would be doing this at all." That was funny. That was a funny conversation. That was a funny conversation when I got to confront the young man. He's like, "I don't know. I just wanted to understand better." That poor kid, man. The oh man, he was a sweet kid. He's grown up to be a fine young man, despite the feminism that was shoved down his throat. We really he was too strong. Thank God. Honey, why are you're taking medications? Sabrina. Hey Sabrina, shout out to Sabrina. Man, yeah, I don't know, Sabrina. I don't know what to say, honey. I'm sorry. That sucks. I don't know where to begin. I mean, and even getting off, I don't know what kind of medications you're on, but getting off of medications is a trial in and of itself. You need to call Jesse. That's what you need to do. Sabrina needs to call JLP. Have Jesse work it out with you. We need to talk. Do you want to come on? You look totally different 7 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 7 years ago. How old was I then? Yeah, God. I think that was right when I just started to lose weight too. I don't believe that she is ready for JLP. Shoot, am I supposed what am I gonna do? Yeah, you don't have to come on camera. You can put up an avatar or something, or a picture. You can put up your profile picture. Why do you think I can help you? Terry can help me. With what, honey? Why? Why do you think I can help you? This is the other thing about like radical feminism for me. I felt like this constant pressure to be like a hero to women, you know? It was like this constant pressure, like I had to be some kind of like example to and for and like help every single woman, and like it was so crazy. Hello, John Frederick. I know exactly. I can't save anybody. I'm not a savior. I care. Apropos of wet snow. That is a pretty name. It does make a lot of racket, doesn't it? John Frederick. John Frederick. Well. Well. John Frederick, huh? You helped me by just being you. That's nice. The only person you can save is Nero. God, he saved me. Are you kidding? Nero saved me. Like, that was, if anybody saved anyone, Nero saved me. Like, he really did. He changed me as a person. Relating to that cat, taking responsibility for him, like, it really did help me grow as a person. It really did. And then dudes be coming in my chat being like, "Oh, will you, if I agree to marry you, will you get rid of your cat?" I'm like, first off, who are you? Why do you think I would enjoy your company more than my cat? Secondly, hell no. That's my baby. What are you thinking? Terry, that is not nice. That is Riz. Hmm. Nero, I mean, he's my cat. I don't, yeah, it's so weird. Regatron, you asked me about that too, but you were just asking hypothetically. Galahad, I don't know if Galahad is still watching, but he said it. Agree. I know, Tomas. I know. I was like, what? Like, you're the prize? Like, this is how you interact with a woman? Like, I'm sorry. I think I deserve an actual proposal. Like, I don't expect you to get down on your knee or something, but like, don't dangle marriage with you in front of me like, oh, no. Like, what? What is that? What kind of way is that to treat a woman? I kind of am cranky tonight. I'm hella cranky. Yeah, you missed the first part, John Frederick. I went into the day I had. What would I give up for Prince Charming? There are no Prince Charmings, though. You know, Prince Charming. Prince Charming would not. I mean, Prince Charming. I don't want to be with someone who's going to be jealous of a cat. Like, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, a cat, you're going to really be jealous of a cat. You're really going to, like, I can't with that. And that's like, guys like that, if we have kids, then he's going to be jealous of the kids. Yeah, I had a wicked midday. It was pretty mid. I mean, like I said, I enjoy his company to a certain degree, but yeah, when he wanted to talk politics and it went off. Yeah, exactly, Sabrina. It's weird. I don't want to be with someone that's like that. Like, come on. Like, really? You're jealous of a cat. Like, the cat can't do for me any of the things you can. Like, it's literally a cat. I just don't get it. Yoda, stop it. Yeah, yeah, that's so funny, Yoda, because you're the one who's blocked by Sabrina, not him. Yeah, I know. I had all the old men came for me today. All the old men. All the old men came for me. Well, I mean, yeah, most men end up marrying their mothers, you know? Most men are in a fallen state when they marry. They're attracted to women that remind them of their mothers. And then they, recreate hell on earth. Should I continue reading this? God. Yeah, this is kind of boring. Okay, uses not stated. The high rankers of our War Department insist today that this vast skeleton army is a necessity at all times. Nowhere is it described as to what use this vast potential force might be put. Of course, there is a loony set of super patriots who want to annex Mexico and stamp out communism there, lest the intellectuals of Texas get bought up with Moscow gold. And an even more loony set of flag wavers itch to subjugate Canada for reasons unknown. But no one in his right mind has suggested that we need such a large force to send abroad. We got over that once and for all. Chat will not be my punching bag. Oh my goodness. Hmm. Your ex asked me to marry her? That's creepy. Hello, Ron. I don't know what you mean as what you were responding to is interesting, but let's continue. This vast paper army that never has existed and never will exist. This army that can only be used to invade other countries or in resisting the invasion of a world coalition against us. Well, I need you to say yes or no if I'm going to drop the link. I mean, I don't know. Why not? I'll drop the link. Anybody want to come on? Except for Vasco, he's banned. I'll drop the link. You know what? Sabrina, you can come on or not, whatever you want to do. The commies everywhere. Commie Canada, commie Mexico. There are a number of communists in both countries. I mean, they're everywhere, There's a little communist in all of us. Comrade. Okay, let's see. MacArthur has given it new strength. At the core is the War Department and the regulars. Their duties are so diverse they cannot devote time to become real soldiers. I never fall in love with a face, new guy. They are busy with reserves, with college military units, with the National Guard, with civilian components. The system is getting bigger, not better. Its political power becomes greater whilst its efficiency can grow only in direct ratio to its expenditures. It takes firmer hold upon our national thought. It makes progress in implanting its mindset upon our citizens. This mindset stems, first of all, from West Point and the elite of the military clique. This clique lives a life apart from the ordinary civilian. This clique maintains a veneer and a narrowness all its own. It has its own law, the Articles of War. It is above ordinary civilian processes. It is its own judge and jury combined. Its loyalty is to itself, to the profession of the military. Its leaders, not our country, are the object of that loyalty. Interesting. Oh my, yeah, I know. I think New Guy is Batman too. But I don't find him, I don't think he's that, he's not it. I don't know. I've never really, he's okay in a couple films where I was like, kind of cute, but I don't know. Exactly, Tomas. That's the whole thing. He is not new. You don't like Brad Pitt. I'm not that attracted to him. Like he's not. He's not that cute. Like like I said, there's been a couple films where I thought he's kind of cute in that, but I don't know. Not really. He's not it. Gregatron has a new question for me. He is a good actor. I do like him as an actor. Like I definitely think he's good. How about a younger Mel Gibson? No, Mel Gibson. Did he play Jesse James? Who was my childhood actor crush? Like, I've already admitted some of my childhood crushes on here. It was pretty embarrassing. I don't know if I want to go over that again. Like, do you want to know my first crush or like I haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You must have missed that episode. Don't, Tomas. No, Tomas. Tomas, why are you telling on me? Tomas. No. The guys are posting their childhood crush. Oh, God. Well, Tomas named one of them. That was a cartoon character that I had a crush on, though. I mean, like, as a child, childhood actor, like, I had my big first crush that I can remember was Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens. Like, that's the first one I can really remember. I'm trying to think of other guys I had crushes on as like a kid. I had like a year where I was in love with Prince. That was an interesting year. 10 and 11. He's not, well, he was an actor. Kimberly, the Pink Power Ranger. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, that's a hard question. Good question. Funny. I mean, there's more, obviously. Yeah, Jennifer Connelly's gorgeous. Saw a picture of her yesterday, actually. Somebody was comparing her features to Demi Moore's, and I hadn't really ever thought about it before. Hi, Chaos Confessional. Yeah, Jennifer Connelly, like that dark hair and those like blue eyes, just stunning. God. I have not watched The Sting and The Hustler either. I haven't seen anything. Yeah, Demi Moore seems pretty cool for a broad. Borad, as you put it. Do I feel like do I need to name someone else? I feel like Paul Rubens. I named. Um, I'm trying to think. I named Prince. As a kid, I liked Tom Cruise, but only in Interview with a Vampire. I liked him with like the blonde hair. I thought, yeah, he was really like sexy in that. You know what? I did have a crush on Antonio Banderas too, because he's in that film as well. I never liked Leonardo DiCaprio. No, I never got him. Like, and he's another actor that I like too. I think he's great, but I just never was like, oh, he's so fine. He's so handsome. All that nonsense. He just isn't. He's just not it. I did like his hair. You know, he had that kind of cool 90s bowl cut. Never, Ron, never did I ever find Rob Thomas to be in any way attractive. Oh my God, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Oh my God. Love him. What are my thoughts on IQ? I don't know. I don't really have many thoughts on it. I don't think about it much, to be honest. IQ. Yeah, JTT. He was Simba in The Lion King, wasn't he? He voiced Simba. Jonathan Taylor Thomas was such a big guy. Like, I love how he's kind of faded into the background. Apparently, he still works in Hollywood, though. He's like an advocate for child actors. He does other cool stuff. No, Michael Hutchinson. Yeah, I don't know. He wasn't really. I mean, he was kind of like, I think he was dead before I even knew who he was, you know? Yeah, he was, yeah, Michael Hutchinson was dead before I even like really knew who he was in any respect. Do I think I could beat Fred at Trivial Pursuit? God, I don't know. It would depend on the year. The kid in, oh yeah, I do. You know what? I did have a crush on Macaulay Culkin. I still have a crush on Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin for life. Loved him. He was cute. He's 5'5". Dang, that's tough. Yeah, IQ. I don't think about IQ much. I remember I went into JTT, took all the women from me in middle school. Yeah. Yeah, he was super popular. I remember like every girl was in love with him. I don't think I was in love with him though. I did love him though. Like, I think he was another one where I was like, I loved him, but I wasn't in love with him. And I think maybe it was just, you know, consciously knowing that like everybody else was in love with him. So, you know, I wanted to kind of like not be part of the crowd maybe as well. Like, I don't want to be the girl that's crushing on the boy all the girls or other girls are crushing on, you know. I want to be deeper. I want to be different, you know. So I was. And then I grew up and I became strange. So, well, we're getting through this book pretty well. Honestly, I'm bored by this book. Do you want me to even continue reading this? Honestly, I mean, we already read through the bit that was war is a racket, and I'm not enjoying these articles. Like, I find it really dull. The Navy, the Marines, the National Guard. I don't know. I find it dull. There's something in here about the Boston police strike of 1919. That might be kind of interesting. Are cops stupid and brutal? Okay, so this last one is the police. 250,000 cops can't be wrong. This might be something interesting to read. Oh my God. Deeper meaning different. Yeah, IQ. I remember I don't know, I know how read The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump. That might be a good one. I would be into reading that. I have other books though that are like in my house that I want to read, so we're going to be reading those instead. Yeah, I think I'm going to fast forward through this book and read this bit about the Boston police strike of 1919. I'm interested in this history. I didn't know the police went on strike in Boston. Okay, before the Boston police strike of September 1919, the AFL had chartered 33 local policemen's unions. The largest local was in Boston when its 700 members struck, bringing out 1,500 all told who demanded union recognition and a living wage. Here's what happened. How many of them do you bet? I bet they were like Irish. Boston police force, union members, come on. Okay. Here's what happened. Rioting and looting spread rapidly over the city. Martial law was declared by Governor Calvin Coolidge. 5,000 guardsmen were called in, and the additional aid was asked of the Secretary of War. Public sympathy in the country was definitely not with the police. When the governor cabled Samuel Gompers, then president of the AFL, that there is no right to strike against the public safety by anybody, anywhere, anytime, he was applauded. And in fact, his record in handling the situation and breaking the strike contributed perhaps more than any other single thing to ensure his nomination as vice president the following year. It has been said that the policeman, like the soldier, occupies a unique position in the community. He represents the state and its power to compel obedience. In this capacity, he is responsible solely to the legal representatives of the community, and control cannot be permitted to drift into the hands of other men. On the whole, this position is probably sound. But what the public did not know at the time of the Boston police strike was that the men on the force were criminally underpaid and had no other resort. A state which does not properly provide for its soldiers or police can hardly expect their allegiance. The average cop's salary throughout the nation prior to 1919 was from $780 to $1,400 per year. Such salaries obviously neither attracted intelligence nor invited respect for the state. Since the strike, police unions have been taboo, and salaries have increased somewhat. Let's see. Gregatron will be back. What's going on down there? Sounds like somebody's hauling something. Yeah, the art of the deal. That would be fun. Read gay book first. Gregatron has a book for me. Oh, how exciting. Seductive Poison by Deborah Layton. Seductive Poison. Let me pull it up here. I'll pull it up on my phone since I have my camera on my... Oh, it's about the Jonestown Massacre. A Jonestown survivor's story of life and death in the People's Temple. Wow. Dang, that sounds stressful. I don't know if I want to read that. Poor woman. God. Layton's older brother was the only one ever prosecuted for the murders of the congressional team by Temple members. After over 20 years in prison, Larry Layton was released on parole. God, what a mess. Ugh. Yeah, there are a lot in Boston for sure. A lot. Do I think 5'7" is on the tall side for a woman? Yes, it is. At least in the US. Yeah, the art of the deal. We will all enjoy a book by the Great White Hope. Okay. Well, so if Trump wins the presidency, we'll read it. And if he doesn't, we'll read it anyway. Yeah, I don't, that POG term, I just found out what it meant the other day. Yeah, I don't know about the book. I wanted to read a bit. Let's see. I mean, I have a novel that I wanted to read, so I think that one will probably start next. Well, okay, so I had a novel. It's called, let's see, what is it called? I have it actually here. The Ghost Theater. So a novel called The Ghost Theater. It's written by the bassist of Suede, Matt Osmond. So I bought it to support him essentially, but I do want to get around to reading it. Then I also wanted to read From Where Do We Go From Here? I did do some reading of that by Martin Luther King Jr. I did do some reading from this book previously on the stream, but I thought it would be cool to the book's right here, to actually dig deeper into this book. So where was I? I don't even have we read the chapter on Black Power, and he talked about his problems with it. But maybe we could read some chapters from this. I don't know that we have to read the whole thing, but I thought that would be a good one. So The Ghost Theater, Where Do We Go From Here by MLK Jr. Also, I'm reading, I'd started reading I Change Worlds by Anna Louise Strong. She was an American communist. No commie mess. Well, I have a lot of commie mess to get through. Like I got my commie mess books I got to get through. And it's like her autobiography, and she had an interesting life. So, yeah, I thought it would be interesting history and um, I'm reborn. Stop it. What does that have to do with reading the autobiography of an interesting woman who lived like 100 years ago and had this like very fascinating life and actually lived in this region? She's from like the Pacific Northwest. She did most of her like, at least when she was an American, she, operated out of Washington. I think it's interesting. So I don't think there's anything satanic about it, nor is there anything satanic about reading Martin Luther King Jr. You know what? What virtue signaling? Okay. You know what? There was that guy on Jesse Lee Peterson's show this week, the guy who did Uncle Tom. Those two documentaries, he was saying things about Martin Luther King Jr. that weren't true. Okay. So, I mean, it really bothers me that people write him off without ever reading his work, because there's actually a lot in his work that I agree with. And he's also an important American figure just to know. So I'm going to read it anyway, and you can be here or not. How about that? Have I ever been to New England? Yeah, I've been to Boston. I've been to Massachusetts. Have I been anywhere else in New England? I mean, what is New England entirely? So I've been to Massachusetts. Wouldn't you much prefer New Amsterdam? Yeah, I prefer New Amsterdam, definitely. I'm not taking it personal. But I do find it like, like, have you read his work? It annoys me. It does annoy me. And like this book he released this the year before he was killed. Like, anyway. So yeah, I definitely want to read some of this. So, but what order do we want to do it in? I haven't really decided. It might be fun to just like dive into the novel. When are you coming to Miami so we can go to South Beach? Wrong about MLK on what? Well, he said he was an atheist for one. That isn't true. He said he, didn't believe in God. That isn't true. Like, I mean, that was enough for me to just tick me off. He was a socialist. That's evident from his writing and from his activism. He was the only like Negro spiritual leader, of the time. Excuse me for using the term Negro. But I mean, he was the only, one of his time that wasn't tainted by the Communist Party, which is why he was kind of put forward as a representative in the first place. He was in many ways controlled opposition. I know it's not a pejorative. It's just it's not a word that's very nice. Sabrina. I don't know. MLK is not too bad here. I guess it depends on what part of MLK you're on. Miami. I've never been to Miami. I've only been to like the Tampa area of Florida. I don't know when I'm going down there next. I don't know that I particularly want to. But I don't know. Maybe I will at some point. My I've got family living in outside of there, and I want to see like St. Augustine and other places in Florida. It's a beautiful state, definitely. But everyone's moving to Florida, aren't they? Terry, come on, just come. I'll make it fun. I don't know. I'm not going to go to Miami just to visit you. I have to have other reasons to visit Miami. I mean, what did they even have in Miami? Like, is there anything there worth seeing? It always seemed to me to be very odd, like a very odd place. Am I wrong? Is it like normal? Terry Con, Lord. Can you imagine? I don't know. Let me know if you want this vagrant band. What vagrant? Just say you're scared. It's overrun with Cubans. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't know. I've never really thought about Miami. I mean, it's kind of like one of those, yeah, it's kind of a place. I just haven't really thought about it. Not since, like, But I just wonder, yeah, like what do they have there? Like what would be of interest to someone like me in Miami? Like where would I go? You'll take me to the hood where the blats are at. Is there a hood in Miami? Yeah, I don't really care for Cuban Americans too much. I mean, that isn't true. There I know. Blasphemy. There's blasphemy there, John Frederick? Well, dang, John Frederick, what do they have there? What do they have that I might be into? Like, what would I want to see? What would I want to see in Miami? Like, I don't really want to see the hood. Florida is its own universe, worth it. Well, I mean, you're trying to go to a gator farm. Do they have a gator farm in Miami? Do they have gators in Miami? Florida is a beach ghetto. Don't go there. I mean, I might, like I said, I have family in Florida, so I mean, I might go down there. I don't know though. It's hard for me though to like travel, like especially to Florida. And there's not really any direct flights to Tampa here. I always have to get a connecting flight, which is awful. Um, there's a lot of homeless in Miami. It's a lot of homeless everywhere. That's America. I have I've visited small towns. There's homeless people. I don't know. There's like homeless people everywhere. Suburbs, they're out there. Like I don't know. It's bad. Yeah, they're like everywhere. Intense. I thought yeah, it was like Portland thing. It's not. It's everywhere. Okay, Everglades air rides. I don't know about doing an air ride. I do like gardens. I bet they have some interesting like old like graveyards and stuff. That might be kind of fun. It's kind of like I don't know, I always got the vibe that Miami was kind of like a party town. Like it was a kind of like club city or something like that. Place for going out. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I probably should see it at some point. They have an old graveyard in Coconut Grove. Yeah, that would be cool. Move to Toronto and I can pay 40%. We've already been over why I'm not going to Toronto. The only place I would live in Canada would have to be Vancouver. And even Vancouver is a bit intense, to say the least. What is Art Basel? Art Basel is a super event I like. Art Basel Miami 2024. So it just happened. Okay, so it's like I thought that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, that looks like a cool event. Hmm. Oh, I love neon art. I still have to put up my neon art. Oh, wow. Okay. Conversations look a little gay. But I do love to see art. Leading galleries from 5 continents show significant works by masters of modern and contemporary art. Hmm. That would definitely be fun to see. Ooh. Well, anyway, yeah, that might be something to do. If Terri can handle Arizona, she can handle Florida. Good God. I didn't handle Arizona. I didn't handle Arizona. I became very sick living in Arizona. I became very sick and very fat. Although Florida is much nicer, like the water and everything. I love beaches though. I would love to live by the ocean. Too cold. Yeah, way too cold. I can't deal with snow. Yeah, I have noticed that like Florida is very nature doesn't care about my feelings. Hmm. I'm a delicate enough. I couldn't handle it when I was living there. Tennessee. Yeah, I wouldn't want to live there. Honestly, like, no, I have to be a coastal elite. I have to live on like the coast. I can't be moving inward into the nation. That's not going to work. We all belong in nature. Yeah, but some nature is better than others. Like the nature I've got here is a bit more nicer. It's not like so extreme and relentless and brutal, you know. It's just temperate and pleasant. I will say though, I am kind of not dealing with the cold so well anymore. I'm kind of wanting it to be warmer. Maybe I'll go to Florida. Who knows? I'll become one of those people turning Florida purple. I don't want to be near the hurricanes anymore. Yeah, the hurricanes do seem like a bit much. What I know, like, why would I leave the West Coast? I just don't. I'm already like I ain't blue. No, I'm not blue. I'm purple. I'm purple. I don't know. I never like. I don't really fit in anywhere. Like honestly, Zenny. Like I'm not red. I'm not blue. I'm not. Both types of environments tick me off. You know, when I live in a very conservative area, the people tick me off. When I live in like a, you know, liberal area, the people tick me off. Like, the reality is people are evil regardless of what they think, you know. That's all there that I can say. Like, they're I don't have some kind of like affinity with people just because we may agree on some politics. It just doesn't. And I'm the kind of person where I kind of stick out in those more conservative environments. Like I was saying today, you know, when I tell people I'm conservative here, like, I don't know, it's not, I'm conservative for here, but like, I'm not conservative for a lot of other people, you know? So I don't know. Oh, John Frederick, no, I have endorsed the Great White Hope. Of course, I am. Do I think kids under 18 should be able to get trans surgeries and even be encouraged to be trans? Indeed, I do not. I don't think adults should be able to get these surgeries and be encouraged in their insanity. Why would I want kids to do it? Like, hell no. Yeah, it's not perfect anywhere. And the harsher the condition, short of death, the stronger the inhabitants. I'm sorry if it hurts. Then I am red. Is that all it takes? Is that all it takes? I have to, you know, is that all it takes to be red in today's time, that I, you know, have to believe what reality exists, that what sex is a binary category that's immutable? I mean, it's not even, yeah, I don't really, like I said, I don't identify with either side of the spectrum. I'm always kind of like, all these people are crazy, and I don't like the polarity. The thing I like about Trump, the thing I like about Trump is that he is somewhat outside the normal system. He's not really like a normal Republican, and he's not like a normal Democrat. He's someone unique. He kind of is a once in a lifetime sort of person. So that's what appeals to me about him. He can be unifying in that way. I mean, it does seem to be that way. The strange and beautiful. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I can't keep up with y'all. Hold up. What else do you stand for? Like, what are you talking about? What else do I stand for? I don't stand for anything. I just be sitting. I guess it's kind of sad. It's like a very it's definitely a hill that you're dying on, because, you know, it's so awful. Indeed. Indeed. As I stand, yeah, the truth. I stand for like what's true, what's, you know, real. What do I agree with JLP on? A lot of different things. What do I agree with him on? I mean, I fundamentally agree with him that anger is evil, and that, you know, anger has been fostered in different populations to varying and manipulated, like, but it's in all people. Um, I'm with him about like hate, blame, and victimhood being evils that need to be eradicated. I agree with him about being hardworking. And I there's many things about him that I admire and like respect and agree with. I agree with him about not judging others, understanding that like we're all evil. um, I agree with him about Maxine Waters. Like, I don't know. What do you mean? Like, what do I agree with him on? Like, I could be like, I could go off. What do I disagree with him on? I disagree with him that marriage is just about having kids. Because he does tend to like tell people that like they shouldn't get married if they're not going to have a family, or they know they're not going to have a family. I think that um, even for people I know who are married who don't have children, it's been a really positive thing for the both of them. But also, I think it's the right way to do things. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I disagree with him about that. Um, Something else in that vein that I kind of disagree with him about. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so I disagree that marriage is like completely about that, because I do know people who've gotten married where they were both infertile, or they weren't likely to have a kid, or maybe they were older. And I think that the marriage still was like a good thing, not only for the individuals involved, but like it sets a standard. So I think a marriage is about more than just having a family or having kids. I honestly think like, yeah, that covenant is something that should be aspired to maybe by people who aren't necessarily going to have kids. Um, just because it provides like, I mean, we have all these women out here who are not under the headship of a man, and it's disastrous for one. And I also think that the polarity of masculinity and femininity coming together it helps grow society forward. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't agree with him about that. I mean, I disagree with modern gentlemen that a person's purpose in life is just to have kids. I don't necessarily agree with that at all. Like, if if you're in the position to, then yeah, have your kids. But like, I don't think that that's, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think what else I disagree with him about. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I love the music, even when I don't. Hmm. Do you like Jordan Peterson before his benzo and coma brain damage, or after? I didn't like him for the longest time. I've only like really recently even like started peeking at his stuff. I think he's doing more interesting stuff now. Although, when I've looked back and watched like some interviews he's done, or like interviews with other people or conversations, they've been interesting. So I think his career is like more dynamic now. He's definitely producing at a higher level. So I don't know. That's hard to say. Yeah, I never really liked him before. So I guess now. Oh, y'all opened a can of worms. That poor woman. No, God, that was so great. I was offended by them. I don't know why people have to politicize the fact that women, you know, might not have a kid but happen to have a cat. You know what I mean? Like, I like my cat. Don't come for my cat. Like, what does it have to do? I think it's unnecessarily polarizing as well. It's those kind of comments that turn off, I think, women a lot of the times to conservatives because, like, even though, yeah, I mean, it's that kind of like nonsense. I didn't like it. I mean, what do you want me to say? I didn't like it. I don't like you bringing my cat into it. Like, I don't know what my status as a mother or what kind of pet I have has to do with what I'm, voting on here. Like, and whatever. Yeah, it is stupid. But he wouldn't be the first in his position to say something stupid like that. But yeah, I mean, my kitty is not a political thing. It's not anything like that. God sent me a little kitty one day. He was He was tiny. He was all alone. He ran into my arms. What was I to do? Was I to like close my heart to this cat? I mean, I couldn't. He was so adorable. He's just a little baby. He needed someone to look after him. I don't know what y'all mean. Like, God, it's my kitty. I mean, but I know so many people who have kids who like just awful about it. I don't know. I think that might be part of it. I definitely have struggled with that. It's you can't obey a man that you like, and you can't be led by a man that is retarded. And like, um, yeah, the other thing about that too, like, yeah, you can't be led by him, you can't obey him. And women don't like, women just naturally, I think, have an aversion to that. Some women will settle for that because they're desperate and they like, you know, they have that kind of scarcity mindset. So they'll just be like, oh no, I want to have kids. So I'll settle for a guy who's beta. Or some women too want the control. Like they want to be in charge. They want to be deciding how everything goes. And they're not really thinking ahead to what their life's going to look like once they're married and actually do have kids, and how miserable they're going to be and how miserable they're going to make everybody else. So I don't know. What is this? Exactly, Terry. It's so good. I don't know what he's responding to here. What were you responding to, CJ? Yeah, exactly. No, no. And I've definitely. Oh, thank you, Missy Mod. My cat knows what's up. He does. He knew he was getting a good thing. He was like, that one. Ron would like to have more kids. You've already had a family, though, Ron. Like, why do you want to have more kids? You've had kids. That is not everyone has that. I'm not controlled by cats. I'm I have responsibilities to my cat. I'm not controlled by him. I have responsibilities to him, and he's my like animal companion. But I am not controlled by him. Yes, the cat distribution system, exactly. Do I have baby Nero pictures? I know, I agree. I did need him. He really did help me grow. He really did. Like he came to me at the right time, you know. He came to me and he's stayed with me and he's been like an amazing companion. Like really, like I said, mm, mm, mm. Retarded DNA. Are you? What are you saying? Nargilin is what? Harsh realities, guys. People have kids and want to start going clubbing. Oh God, that's too Tracy. Yeah, I know. Like most men are like in a fallen state, you know, and even like I don't know. I don't even want to. I don't want to harp on that, but like. That hasn't been my experience, but okay. Usually they're the only ones foolhardy enough. Oh my God, this is crazy. What a story. Oh wow. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what that's I don't like that too. It always did bother me the way men were portrayed, but then like you come out here and like a lot of them are like that. Like they're looking for a woman to be mom. Mm, yeah, a lot of it is about that too, you know. Where are you looking? Oh, yeah, it's fun. It's always a good time. He does have telepathy. You're right about that. I'm his faithful, devoted servant. I think your movie sounds cool, Zenny. My cat did not make me a liberal. I do hang out at museums. Where do you think I go, Stacy? I go to museums. I go to in a lot of different like galleries, that kind of thing. Um, it's a big pastime of mine. I mean, you can only hang out there so much. I don't know, and meeting people. Sometimes they have events. Those are fun. Openings are fun. Exactly. I know. We shouldn't be looking. We should be seeking him. And I totally agree with that. The Cleveland Museum is a banger. Yeah, I bet it would be. Cleveland. Yeah. I would like to visit the Midwest a bit just to kind of go to those kind of places. Can we stop debating the intelligence of men and women? I mean, it really depends. It really depends on so many factors, honestly. Like, mm, Jesus found me. I'm a stubborn person, though. How does that song go? Jesus sought me when a stranger, wandering from the fold of God. Is that it? What is that hymn? It's a hymn. It's coming to me. Is that come thou fount of every blessing? Yeah. Come thou fount of every blessing. Mm. This, yeah. Missy Mod says we have totally different jobs, men and women. Sister Act. I don't remember Sister Act at all. Is no one really going to come on with me? I agree. People who hate don't know God. I think I said I hated something today. People were like, don't hate Terry. God, I didn't say I hate someone, but it was something you shouldn't hate. Okay, well, that's good. Oh, I'm just getting like an advertisement for a burlesque show out of nowhere. Gross. Oh. Who was flirting with me? Sabrina, is that what you're saying? I didn't know I wanted a sidekick. Well, I did drop the link earlier. I thought Sabrina was going to come on and talk with me, but I think she'd rather talk with Tomas in the chat. I don't know. Hmm. It's all good. No expectations. Thank you, Ronald. Have a good night. Says I'm looking good these days. Thank you. I have been looking pretty good. I saw my friend that I hadn't seen in a while. She moved out of town, but she was visiting this weekend, and she was like yo, you're looking amazing. And I was like, yeah. I was like, thank you. It's fun too when it's somebody who's known me for years. So she's seen me look all kinds of crazy over the years. Thank you, Missy Bond. Aw. The ladies are loving. Oh, thank you, Stacy. Thank you. Ron said it, but now the girls are saying it, so I know it's true. Thank you. Yeah, well, I was touched by it. And then, like, we went to this place to eat, and we had to walk through this hotel to get to the, like, actual entrance of the restaurant. And we went past this guy. I didn't, like, really even clock him, but she was like, that guy was checking you out. I was like, what? I'm like, well, I am a lot. Like, I'm not like, I don't know. I probably am a bit much. Thank you all. Thank you. My head's growing. Yeah. Just going to keep getting bigger and bigger until it pops. Hello. Hi, sweetie. You looking at my lap. You're looking at it. I see you are. Oh, thank you, Moo. Thank you. Come on. Come on. Oh, yes, you kitty. Oh, wow. JD Vance don't know about us. He don't know about us. He don't know what we got. Do you know what we got? He don't know what we got. He don't know about what we got. I'm a bit much. Am I a bit much, or are others not enough? Would you marry Terri and have her children? I can't imagine proposing to someone. That would be so bizarre. Like, what? Why would I be the one proposing? Why would I be the one proposing? Like, that's so wrong. Why are you doing me like that? What a good kitty. You got something in your eye again. Why you get little sneaky eyes? I don't want no sneaky eyes. There we go. Good kitty. Oh, wow. You're so handsome. Look at you. Looking good. Damn, that's a good looking cat. Oh. You like getting pat like that, right on the face like that. That's so good. Oh. Women who propose are upsetting the natural order. Indeed, indeed. You wouldn't take a knee and ask for his hand in holy matrimony. Indeed, I would not. Missy Maud, I was crazy and sleep deprived and literally going crazy. You know, Missy Maud, that guy sucks. Like, honestly. And he so obviously gets a big ego boost from your attention. Like, he ticks me off to no end. Like, he is playing with your emotions. Don't feel bad. Your emotions have been toyed with, and he's just like gaslighting. Like, I don't know. I've been irritated, like, just in the comments section alone, like watching him interact with you. I'm just like sitting there, like, you're not being nice. I'm not trying to be a lesbian mom, y'all. I'm not cut out for that life. Y'all know it. I want Stacey to go live with you. Oh my God. No, he is totally doing that. He's totally doing that and acting like it's not, like, But he so obviously like loves the attention that you give him. He like yearns for it. He gets like something out of it. Like I don't know what his deal is. I don't know what his damage is, but like yeah, it's not I'm not it pisses me off like watching it. And cuz it's like also like we're Christians, you know? Like like be of love to one another. Like maybe he can't be whatever you're wanting him to be, right? That happens sometimes, but like he's not being loving. No, yeah, you're amazing. Like you're like you know how many guys would be over the moon to have a chick like you? Like a solid, decent, bubbly, like whatever. Like whatever. He's like probably he's never probably had a woman like think that highly of him, honestly. You know what I mean? That's probably what it is. He's probably never had that, and like he enjoys it. He's he I think that's what it is, honestly. I think he enjoys it. Um that attention and that kind of like ego gratification, but don't mod Bibby. My hair looks cute. Thank you, Bibby. Hey, Bibby. Don't lie to her. I'm not lying to her. I'm giving her my honest take of the situation as I've seen it play out over time. And I don't know everything that's transpired, but just from what I see, like, just from what I've seen, that's how I feel about the situation. As an outsider, wish that dude well and all, but like, come on, like, you're so obviously like tender-hearted and sweet, like as well. I just, ugh. He does not play it off good. He's lying. He is. He's so gaslighting. He is gaslighting like a mug. Like, yeah. Well, I don't know. Have you asked anyone else what they think about it? Like, have you asked any of the guys privately what they think about it? Or have you asked like any, like Robin or anyone else what they think about it? Because that's just what I see. And also, like, if he didn't like enjoy it, or if he was actually bothered by it in some way, like, or even if he didn't, even if it wasn't that he was bothered, but he wasn't into it, the right thing would be to step away from you and not like come interact with you. That would be the correct behavior. It would be to like let you go. It would be to like walk away. And he's not doing that. We're having a sesh, y'all. We're having a sesh. I don't like men treating women like that. Crap. Like, and I just saw it in the chat the other day, and I called him a beta male. I was like, beta. And he's like, I'm not a fish. I know walking away from your source is so hard. Where else are you going to get that ego boost from? I understand. Oh, you giving kisses? They actually tell me not to talk to them about it. Okay, I think he tells them he wants me to leave him alone and they think I'm an idiot. If he wants you to leave him alone, why does he come into your chat? Why does he come on your streams? If he wants you to leave him alone, why is he seeking out your attention? Why is he, as a free agent in the world, coming to your space if he wants you to leave him alone. The math isn't mathing. The math don't math. Ugh. Robin says to drop him like a bad habit. Yup, I concur. I'd be blocking him. I don't know. I'm ticked off. Like, and it's like, but I get it. I get it. I mean, you know, we've all cared about someone or loved someone that, you know, took it for granted. Did you call sea salad Uncle Tom? Lord. Yeah, he knows. He knows what he's doing. He knows enough. He's not innocent. That's all I'm going to say. He's not innocent. And honestly, I don't know. But you do what you think is best, you know, and but I would be like, honestly, like if it were me in that situation and like a guy I felt that way about was treating me that way, I wouldn't let him like into my space at all. I wouldn't. I'd be like, because I couldn't take it, honestly. I'm way too like, it would just hurt me too much, honestly. It would just hurt me too much. It's better to just like walk away entirely. I don't know though. Do you enjoy the pain of it? Like, do you secretly in some way enjoy the feeling of like being alive that the roller coaster is giving you? Is that it? Is it something like that? You hate it? Richard. I feel bad. I feel like I put you on the spot. I shouldn't have mentioned it, but give him the finger and move on with your life, indeed. Yeah, hate is still like a passion, you know? I mean, you just have to suffer through it. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me though not to be like, it's really hard for me to like look at it and be objective because I can't see him as anything other than like the guy that's like toying with your feelings, you know? Because I mean, I don't know, maybe just because like, yeah, when I first met you, we were talking about it. We both have a guy in our life with the same name, so luckily, mine doesn't toy with my feelings like that. I don't think he would be like that. He toys with them a little bit. Hate who? Everybody love everybody. Jackie Moon. That's right. Everybody love everybody. That's right. Well, it's, yeah, consecrated to the god Mars. Yeah. Oh, honey, these men they never stop. They'll be in their 80s out here playing these silly little games. It doesn't stop. It's just you have to stop. You are are so sweet and so cute and so cuddly. Oh my goodness. Why am I so lucky right now? So cuddly with me. He's being so cuddly with me, y'all. Hmm. Yeah, maybe you need to call JLP. Maybe Missy Maud needs to call JLP about it. That is insane. That is insane. Sabrina. Sabrina, are you serious? Sabrina, I don't know what's going on with you, but you know that you're like irrational, right? Like, you know that's a completely irrational thought you're having. All thoughts are all lies all the time. That's a demon telling you that. If your family doesn't love you, nothing you do or change about yourself is going to make them love you or not. Okay? Deal with it. Not like I don't even like I'm surprised more men don't get that surgery. It's sick. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Tomas is accusing now. It's surprising to me that this chat is more wacko than the Bond ones. Yeah, don't break your legs. He is very astute. I agree with this assessment of Tomas. Yeah, don't break your legs. And don't go to a third world country or a second world country to get your legs broke so that you can be taller. Aren't you tall for what you said? Are you 5'7"? You're tall enough, honey. You don't need to be taller. I am. It is sick, but it would change Jonathan Taylor Thomas's life. Most actors are short. I don't think he's single because he's short. If he wanted to pull someone, he could. What does that have to do with anything? Plenty of short men have wives and families. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go to India for any reason. Like, really. I've seen the cooking videos. Lord. Yeah, I've watched some of those videos. I love the videos of like the street vendors making their donuts and whatnot. Hmm. I mean, yeah, we talked about An Idiot Abroad last night or whenever I went live last. And yeah, his visit to India was pretty much what I thought my experience would be. Just like, obviously, my experience would be different. He was obviously made more uncomfortable than he needed to be, but I've had no interest ever. It always looked like hell. Like, it always looked like a bad time. Hmm. I need to get my chat sorted out. Hold up a second. We did not agree, Matthew. There was no agreement about that whatsoever. Zenny's live right now? I can't believe Zenny's live while I'm live. That's whack. That's sick. Oh my God, Zenny. My competitor, Zenny. I can't believe that. Need to go settings here. Hmm. Yeah, I might have to go to my Google account. They don't make it easy, y'all. Oops. Here we go. There's the blocked users. Hold up. Let me go in here. Let's get some people off of here. Who was I wanting to? All right, so we'll take him out. We'll unblock Sir Buggy. Well, he'll be happy to see me. Let's see. Okay, Kalsamogi. Coming back. Who else do I have in here? There we go. All right. There we go. How exciting. Terry, I was JK Mod Bibby, I guess. Oh, that's nice. Don't block me, Terry. I was unblocking people. Okay. I believe there is a purpose Tomas was placed in my path. Indeed. No, Zenny did great on I thought that was funny. What would happen if I unblocked everyone? I don't know, just some people I don't want to unblock, honestly. I did unblock Tar Baby Yoda. How is 150K going to be basically being homeless? What? Where? In what universe? How? It's more than okay for a single person. God, if I was making that, I'm like, Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, if I was making that, things would be very different very quickly. Inflation is rapid. Maybe I'm not experiencing, I don't know, like, and maybe, I don't know, inflation hasn't really hit me like I guess other people are saying it's hitting them. So I don't know. If you're trying to raise a family, it's not even enough. Yeah, it is. You can raise a family on 150K a year. You definitely can in many places. Would I get a self-driving car? No, I probably wouldn't. I mean, like, maybe it depends. I don't know about the technology right now that it's where it needs to be for me to feel comfortable getting in a self-driving car. I'd rather have a car that I could operate. Yeah, I know people doing it on way less. I know people having a family on way less. But yeah, maybe New England is a lot But I don't know. There's still ways out of it, depending on where you live. It doesn't have to be like that dire. I think so too. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what people's financial situations are, but like, especially when you have two adults working for a goal and can like budget together, it makes it a lot easier for people to get things done. You know, if the pressure is taken off of, you know, one person to do everything, then things get freed up, you know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know people doing well on way less. So, oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much it costs though to live. I mean, I do know in certain parts of New England it's crazy. Like, so I don't know. Geez, Sabrina, that sounds really stressful. I'm having a decent life on much less. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Terry's scaring my dog with that wicked laugh. Jeez. Do you mean wicked as in good or like she's doing the thing again? Yeah, I wonder. Somebody helps to bring up budget. What you doing with that money, Sabrina? You got any like how much do those medications cost? I don't know. It's just not my reality, Sabrina. And I like, you know, my kids laugh when Terry laughs. Oh, that's wonderful. Really, I make children laugh. Oh, that's wonderful. I love children. I do. Yeah, I do have a contagious laugh. People do tend to catch it. I can tend to disarm people and make them laugh pretty easily. Frederick's calling Cap. My laugh is not evil. What the heck? What are y'all saying? My laugh is not evil. Nothing evil about it. It's the laugh God gave me. You're calling it evil. Yoda's always asking people who wants. Oh my goodness. Really? Really, Chaos Confessional? Oh my goodness. I don't know. He wasn't even the like I was scared to call into him for the longest time. I called into everybody else before I called into him. But in some people's eyes, that's who I call into. I need to give it a break though. Like my last couple of calls, I'm like, I don't need to be bugging these guys too much. I have fun though. I like picking on Hake a bit. It's just fun to watch him react, you know? He's a little evil. If I had to choose between the life of Nero and the continued existence of Africa, what would I choose? What the heck? Oh man. What's going to happen to Africa? Is it going to get like blown up or is it just going to disappear one day like it never existed? Like, are we talking like the mass extinction of like a ton of people because they're like put to death through some kind of like nuclear bombardment? Or are we talking like it just disappears? Really? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Good night, modern gentlemen. I need my question answered. Like, is it going to be like Africa ceases to exist as a continent, or like people are going to get wiped out through some kind of like militaristic bombardment? It would just blip out of existence. Well, then I'm picking my cat. What are you talking about? My cat. I don't know them people. I don't know all them. I know him though. God, that's my kitty. What do you, y'all? Don't ask me questions about my kitty. Don't ask. The Joker was right. About what? Serena is a bit wild, isn't she? I enjoy her though. But yeah, she is. I don't know what this is. It's like cat black. People do love asking about the cats. Yeah, I loved Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. She is stunning. You're always going on about Cat's spiteful eyes. Perhaps you've done something to incur their spite. I mean, I think that might be the case, Point Fire. Yoda says lesbians have no love, damn it. Yeah, most people have no love, but yeah. I did find that to be the case. I eunuched him. Indeed, I did. Eunuch your cats. Here, let's pull it up. I'm sure I have the video still. Ooh, Leah did a new video where she's got like some makeup on her face. Interesting. Okay, pull up my channel. See if it's still there. Is that video still live? I wonder. There it is. 9 years ago. 9 years with my sweet kitty. Pull it up. Wow, so fat. Jesus, I was fat. Ugh. God, how y'all let me get that fat? How did y'all let me get that fat? Yeah, I love Michelle Pfeiffer and everything. I could watch her do anything. She pulls you in. She's stunning. She's like very, I don't know. I've never seen anything and been like underwhelmed with her. Hi, name. Keep my cat's name out of your mouth. That's right. Skinny Terry is greater than fat Terry. God, how y'all let me get this fat? I was so fat. It's just terrible. I mean, fat people are going to be angry because, they're in pain. Like, Jesus. So fat. Okay. I'm excited to share this with y'all. Look at that. Look at that fat Terry. Jesus. So fat. So, yeah, this is Eunuch Your Cats by Terri. I made that hat I'm wearing there. But Terry never heard of leftovers. I had lots of leftovers. Yeah. I don't know. That cabin was fun though. I did have some fun living in that cabin. It was fun.
Hey everyone. I thought today was a good time to introduce you to someone very special to me, new in my life, and I don't know. Well, let's just bring him here. Honey, can you come here? All right. So this is Nero.
Oh my God!
Nero
Look
is a
at him,
tiny red
little him.
kitten that was
Look at
abandoned in my
my
neighborhood by a
kitty. Look
stray
at
white
him. He's so
asshole.
tiny. Look at him. You guys, look at him. Look how tiny he was. Look at his little face. Look at his little white spot. Oh my God, that's my baby. Look at him. That's my kitty. I love it. Look at little kitty. Look at him. Lord, that's my kitty. Anyway.
I assume that they have a female cat that isn't spayed, and that they just let her get pregnant over and over again, and then they dump off the kittens when you know they get old enough.
That was
So
my
the other feral cats in the neighborhood, well, they were very threatening towards him, so I decided to scoop him
God,
up.
I was fat.
And
Jesus.
it's
It's
not found
painful to
anyone else
look
who wants
at,
to
you
adopt him,
guys.
so I think it's probably me that's going to be taking care of him. And I'm at a time in my life that I can probably stand to take on the responsibility of a cat. I've had rats for the past year or so, and I had them in my early 20s as well. But I still have a rat, Sheldon, who is very disappointed that Kitten doesn't want to play. Kitten just wants to swat at him and bite him.
Yeah,
So
I was
it's
cute.
kind of cute but sad. So yeah,
It's
Nero's
definitely
hobbies
not how
include
I just got out of jail.
meowing a lot for no reason that I
I've
can
never been to
ascertain.
jail.
He likes to get into the
Never been to jail. Okay, where were we? I was looking at my videos. Yeah, that was little Nero. Wasn't he cute? Hmm. Oh yeah, the Mark Steele lectures on Sylvia Pankhurst. Those were fun. Hmm. Yeah, I should probably get rid of some of these, some crazy stuff still. Is this one still up? Okay, there's a couple. Yeah, there are some things I'm seeing I want to get down or take down. Oh, is that one still up? Yeah, I want to get that down too. Huh. Yeah, there's a few of these. I'm looking at now. I'm like, these can go down. Dang. Blue hair. Definitely want to take those down. There we go with the bob, or not the bob, the bowl cut. The bowl cut. Jeez. Sick, y'all. Sick. Well, anyway, good times. But it's over. I look like I have Down syndrome. Jeez. The simple Jack haircut was more traumatizing. Do not delete bowl cut, Terry. No, I'll leave some of that up. You liked my bowl cut? I thought it looked nice. Definitely. Terry seems a lot meaner now. No, I was way more mean back then. Really. I was so mean. Like, you have no idea. I was a nasty, nasty person. Like, I think I can still be kind of mean, but like, I had a hate and anger in me. Nasty. If you were going to prison for a few years, what would be your survival plan? Would you stay to yourself or align yourself with a tougher woman to protect you? I don't know, honestly. I mean, if I did end up in prison, I would probably end up in like a wing where they had people who were, people who were maybe not able to be in with the regular prisoners. Just they have wings where for disabled people or like elderly women, that kind of thing. So I'd probably end up in something like that. So I wouldn't be too worried about my safety, I feel. I mean, to a certain degree, I would be. I don't know. I really don't ever want to end up in prison. I try not to do anything that would get me in prison for any reason, And I think my natural inclination is just to stick to myself and only like really interact with people if it's necessary to, and if it's a genuine interaction. I'm not gonna like necessarily not befriend people, but I'm at the same time I'm not like gonna be out here looking for like a clique or someone to protect me. Don't you dare delete Simple Jack. I was never dumb. I was never non-binary. I was a feminist. Feminists aren't non-binary. Almond-shaped eyes. Terry, you look a lot more elegant and feminine now. Good for you, lady. Thank you, Lord Bibby. Terry is a privileged prisoner. I don't know. Prison is all about race, is it? I mean, yeah, I guess I've heard that a bit. I just don't. Oh, yeah, that is funny when, Josh goes next. I don't know. I thought, were there some memes I saved to share with you guys? I did share, or I did save a couple that I do have a couple things on my phone that I think are funny. Why don't I'll send them over to my email. Yeah, that one was crazy too. Okay, yeah, so we'll send these to my. Indeed. Lord Vivi's trying to work on his mod ship. Oh dear. Josh did a video on how to clean your dreadlocks. Oh Lord, no. Trudeau engaged emergency orders because of our memes. I'm sorry, yeah. You're Trudeau. Oh, Trudeau. Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering about this. How much of my... Here we go. We loved your stream, Zenny. It was so good. Okay, so yeah, I'm pulling up the memes. They're in my email. So, and they're not all memes. There's some different things. So this is from, oh, mind you, 8:26. This happened at 8:26 a.m. Fun fact about me, I was born at 8:26 a.m. Fun fact about Terri Strange, born 8:26 a.m. So at 8:26 a.m., I was watching the JLP show some time back. And who gave me a shout out? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look and see here in the chat. Who is this? EJ Trills. Trills. Terry, I'm not gonna lie, you probably the best looking one out of the entire comments of people. What do y'all think? Laugh my ass off. I mean, that was a moment for me. You blocked it. Why did you block Eej? Eej is one of the best things on. I love Eej. So good. Eej is JC? No way. Okay, but Eej just said I was the best looking one out of the entire comments of people. So I feel I was touched by that. Okay, but we don't have to continue there. It definitely made my day. Okay, here's one. Martin Luther King Jr. Oh, Lord. Showing the blacks. How to change the batteries on the smoke detector. I saw this the other day. I was like, oh, Lord. And it was... I don't know how they can stand it either. It depends on what kind of smoke detector. I've had smoke detectors that use different kinds of batteries, but I thought it was funny. It's funny. Oh, Lord. Too funny. Okay. Here's Rick Astley considers giving you up. All right. Black Jesus. These are kind of big, but yeah, you get the picture. Funny. All right, this one is crazy. Okay, let me open image in new tab. We'll share the tab. Okay, this one weirded me out to no end. Check this out. Just do funny videos and sell that wicked cool laugh. What? I have a dream that one day the homes of African Americans will not resound with the chirps of smoke detectors unchanged. This one is crazy. I read this, I had to double look at it. If you're a Christian and you're big mad about the possibility of student loan debt being canceled, let me remind you that the entirety of your faith is built upon a debt you couldn't pay that someone stepped in and paid for you. Like, this one's like, I couldn't believe this. This is so funny. I couldn't believe like they actually posted this. Wait, what's happening in the chat? Oh my god. I have a dream that one day every African American household will be able to proudly silence the chirp of a low battery or misused smoke detector, ensuring the safety and peace of all within. I have a dream that one day in the streets of our neighborhoods, no child will be awakened by the relentless beep of a smoke detector crying out for attention. I know that it's trying to be clever, but it's really stupid. I can't believe this. I mean, this one really I had to sit and look at this for a few minutes. What do you all think about this? I mean, obviously it's retarded. Like, pardon my language. Obviously it's very retarded. Like, I mean, like, really? They went there. They went there with the student loan debt. Like, first off, you consciously took on loans that you knew you had to pay back. It's not like being born into sin in a sinful, fallen world. It's a little bit different. Yeah, he didn't die for our finances. He died for our soul. And like, what good is it going to be to your soul to not pay off debts that you took on? Like, where's the responsibility here at all? And you know what? I know people who've paid off their student loans, and they did it by living under their means. You know, people who had tens of thousands of dollars of debt to pay off, and they've done it. And it's not as if they were living high on the hog. They just prioritized paying off their debt. Like, I know what it's like to incur a debt that seems unfair, but like, this isn't like a medical debt. This isn't like you were in an accident. You like deliberately chose to take out loans to finance your education. You didn't think you weren't considering the long-term repercussions of these actions, and now you're resentful about them. But I don't think, I personally don't agree with paying off student loan debts. I think there are many other debts that Americans have that should be paid off way before we consider bailing out students. The loans are predatory. How is it predatory? How is it predatory? How are they predatory? I totally disagree with that they're predatory in any sense. Are you kidding me? Plenty of people don't take out these loans. The interest rates ensure that you drown for decades. Well, you don't have to take the loans. You don't have to take a loan ever for anything. Yeah, this one just ticked me. I was like, I couldn't believe the person posted it. It was insane to me. So insane. So yeah, those are the little things I wanted to share with y'all. Pretty funny, huh? Which one was your favorite? They paid money to become cubicle drones. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, you don't need a degree to get a lot of these jobs that they end up doing anyway, you know? So it's just, and I believe education is a good thing, but if you're not a very good student, if you're a mediocre student, you don't have, wealth from your family to pay for your education, and you don't have the kind of academic acumen to attract scholarships for your education, like maybe you should consider not taking on tens of thousands of dollars of debt. Number two, that was the MLK one, right? The beeping has stopped. College isn't what we were brainwashed to believe. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like I was brainwashed into thinking it was something it wasn't, though. The system is at fault, not the individual. No, I totally disagree. A lot of people have gone to college that had no business going to college, that should have been doing something else. You know? Either that or they weren't really, if you're like a mediocre student and you're planning to take something that isn't really, thinking in terms of how it's going to benefit you in a career, like I don't know. I just, nobody was saying that for 30 years. I don't know. I feel like this was pretty obvious to figure out. Forgive us our debts. They were making fun of MLK. They were making fun of Black people not changing the smoke detector alarm batteries. This is why the country is so dumb. Education has become a luxury. Education doesn't seem to be making people any smarter, though. Like, most of these college educations that people get are really worthless. People don't have the basics of logic, reason, down at all, let alone like comprehension. PC, nice try, whatever. It's still cut Fred to the core. I'm sure Fred is so upset. As if. Homeschool your kids, says Chaos Confessional. Are you homeschooling your kids? I mean, I honestly, yeah, many so-called educated people are dumb as hell. Like, they know nothing. They don't even know what they're reading. Yeah, I concur, Golden Rule TV. Like, if you don't know how to study something on your own, it's not going to be much benefit of you to you. And it really depends, though. Not all educations are, you know, I don't think they're worthless at all, but I do think people are not victims who've taken out loans intentionally. Like, they were adults, they can read, they knew what they were signing up for, honestly. Like, and I find it hard to sympathize when there are like so many other more pressing issues. Cecil, are you planning to homeschool your kids as well? That's cool. America the Beautiful curriculum sounds or looks beautiful for homeschooling. I might use that one. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think if I had kids, I'd want to do a mixture of things, but definitely mix of homeschool, maybe having tutors for things that I'm less competent in. Oh, yeah, that's right. You have twins. That's cool. One does French and the other one does German. Wow. Well, I couldn't have you in here commenting and not being able to read it. I'm like, they're talking to him. What's he saying? uh, that's cool. Okay, you're super excited for it. Seesaw is my favorite of the chat moms. She belongs in a white fortress. I know some fine people who are educators. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes think though that my kids might like, if I were to have them, right, hypothetically, like, what if they wanted to attend a school? Like, would it be better to send them to like a private school then? Like, and what would the cost be of homeschool versus doing something like that? You know, it's just, yeah, it's a lot to think about. ZLK, I'm happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for fire safety and well-being in the history of our nation. Zeddy's still, oh man, oh man. Yeah, shout out to those in the white fortresses. Yoda suggests that you do one yourself of change of the batteries. Don't trust any public school teacher that dresses up as a Disney character for Halloween. Yeah, it is pretty weird, isn't it? And also, like, why don't you want to be something like scary for Halloween? Oh, you. Oh, oh, whoa, hi. What you crying for? It's about time for me to get off of here, isn't it? Yeah, I think it. 3 hours. Time flies when we're having a fun, silly time. Did you miss me? What you saying, pretty boy? What you saying? Oh, pretty boy. What is this? Terry, I recall you exploring older houses for purchase. Have you seen the listings of old castles and manors for sale? Oh, yeah, I love looking at those. Or like islands. I had a friend who showed me some websites for islands. He was looking at possibly purchasing an island. He was like, I want one that has a bit of height to it. And so we looked at this one island that was like a big, massive hill. It would be interesting on an island. They have a lot of them for sale off of the coast of Ireland. It looks cold though. Coming from Snow White, indeed. Yeah, but I don't, Yeah, he is ready for bed. He's ticked. Islands are reasonably priced. Yeah, and sometimes they have homes on them already. Islands are all haunted. Samuel, is that true? Yeah, that would be funny. Hey! You ain't going outside. Hey! 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 What you crying for? What you crying about? Wait. Oh, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Hey, look at me. You crazy. Oh yeah, he's got the zoomies. He's up to something. Hey, look at me. Don't be looking out there. Look at me. Punk. I can't yell at a kid like that. If they're yelling at me like that, I'm going to be yelling at them. What, if they're yelling, I can't yell back at them? I'll be like, hey. If we're yelling, I'm going to show them who can yell. Patience and discipline with no yelling. Gentle parenting. Well, this isn't a gentle parenting household at all. No yelling. It doesn't work. Well, it works with him. Because what did he do? He stopped crying at the other door and he ran over here. And now he's looking outside. What? You want to go outside? You want to have some fun? Am I not being fun? I'm not no fun. Wow. Wow. No. What are you doing? I don't know. When my dad yelled at me, I definitely shaped up. Or like my grandma. Where is JD Vance? No. Yeah, that's true. That's my culture. Thank you, Irish Repub, for defending me. We're gonna yell. Let Dad do the yelling. I don't know. I mean, if they're yelling, I'm imagining like a scenario. He's a baby. Don't yell at toucans. Oh no! Did you get yelled at? It's part of our thing. He goes to the other side of the apartment, and he yells. Yeah. No, I haven't watched the Kamala interview. God, Kamala. Was it good? Should I watch it? Will I enjoy it? Will it be edifying for me? Is it going to inspire me to want to vote for her? Yeah, he was yelling. I yelled back. We yelled together. So yeah, he goes off to the other side of the house. And then he starts carrying on. and then I give it back to him, and then he'll zip across the house, run up and get on his little perch, or he'll come over to me and like give me kisses. So, but yeah, I haven't watched it. You've not watched it? How long is it? No. It was CNN that did it, right? No, what are you saying? Plan for first day in office. I don't know. Can I stream this? It's CNN. I'm kind of nervous. What is this face she's pulling? Jesus. Looked more like a campaign ad. My little drinkie's done. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, if this is it. No, he doesn't like her. He's a big Trump fan. Are you kidding? Nero has always loved Trump. Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, your kids are like of an age where I wouldn't be yelling at them either. But when they're little, yeah, of course. They're little and carrying on and making a bunch of ruckus. Like, I'm going to be like, hey, knock that off. Okay. They do the silent treatment. Yeah. My baby doesn't do that for too long. You watched it on ABL. CNN cut the interview. She knew better. Well, he's also a cat, you guys. Interacting with a cat is much different than interacting with, a human child. He is not sticking his hair to my butter. The butter's in the fridge. Oh, yeah, I did see that Waltz was with her. Everyone wants the art of the deal. God, you guys. Toucans is a Chad. He definitely is. Are you a little Chad? Are you a little Chad? Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Who's my little Chad? Yeah. He's alpha male. Yeah, God, I know. He was so tiny. When I think about how tiny he was, sometimes like we'll be like cuddling, in the wee small hours of the morning, getting up kind of in la la land. And I'll be like, you were so tiny once. And now look at you. You're full kitty size. But yeah, he was the tiniest little thing. And he was all alone out in the wilderness. No one to fend for him. Really? Oh, that's too bad. Yes. Why do whites put the butter in the fridge? How is the butter supposed to be soft for your toast if it's in the fridge? I mean, I don't know. I don't eat a lot of toast. Is- And if I do, I don't know. Usually, if I have toast, I'll have the butter melt on it. Or I like to grill toast when I cook toast. So if I'm having toast, then what's going to happen is I'm going to like heat up my skillet and butter the bread and like grill it with butter. I mean, or not even butter the bread. I'll just put the butter in the skillet and like toast it like that. So I don't know. That's more my style. He gets 2 cans a day. I mean, sometimes I leave the butter out, but it's not out right now. Oh God, y'all. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't actually have a butter dish. That might be nice to have. We used to have a little ceramic one. I am thinking about going thrifting soon. Maybe I'll find something like that. Just to look for like yeah, stuff like kitchen things. Because often there's this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna want exactly, but I've been feeling like I need to switch up my game with my kitchen stuff. So be fun. There's a war about raw milk on Twitter now. What are they warring about exactly? How would I bake with hard butter? I don't bake much. I mean, I'm not in here making if I'm gonna bake something, I mean I'm planning ahead and if I need to use butter for it and it needs to be softened, then I'll just like leave it out. I mean, what like this isn't that complex. I don't need to have the butter out all the time. Yeah, especially for finding like things like that, like butter dishes and things like that. Matt Walsh says that raw milk is germy and nasty, and then he came for him. Poor Matt Walsh. Are you all going to go see Matt Walsh's Am I a Racist movie? I looked it up to see if there were any playing near me, and the closest like theater is in Clackamas. I'm not sure though if it's one that's like if it's the one I'm thinking of, then I'll definitely go see it. But I haven't looked it up further. I should look it up right now. Yeah, let's see. And like, what's he doing? Is he like being Borat now? Hmm. Oh, they are going to be playing it. Oh, okay. They picked it up at the okay. They picked it up at the closest one to me. 1 p.m. Let me see. I don't know if I can get that off. Hmm. That would be interesting if they only played it at 1 p.m. on a Thursday. Hmm. Lover of Men, The Untold History of Abraham Lincoln. What is this? Okay, Beetlejuice is out too. Oh no, they're gonna have it. Okay, so let's see. They will be playing it Friday. Okay, this is cool. This is cool, y'all. I'm excited that I will be able to see this film without having to leave my town. Or even to go very far at all. Like, so that's exciting. It's going to be playing at my local theater. So yeah, I'm definitely going to go see it. And it's coming out soon too. It's like the 12th. So what do you think? Wow. Well, Missing Maud said that she would be going to the store anyway, so. You're boycotting Beetlejuice because they have a Mexican playing Winona Ryder's daughter. Oh my. Oh my. Why can't we have a nice white movie? I mean, yeah, I don't know. It is a bit odd. It's not who I thought Lydia would end up hooking up with. I didn't think she'd go Mexican. Although, I don't know, there's a lot of Mexican goths out there, so maybe she did like meet a Mexican goth and they like bonded over, you know, their shared love of the Cure and the Smiths and like had a daughter. I mean, I could see it happening. I could see it happening because Lydia was kind of like edgy in that way. Like, but I get your point. Fair point, too. It is odd. And they are doing it in a lot of films, or like the forced diversity is odd. And yeah, it's all a bit odd and a bit pandery and fake, you know. I think that's the thing that's so irritating about it. It's also very fake. It's not like relevant to the story, but they got to have, you know, their diversity quotients met. So it is what it is, alas. Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I've been on this live stream long enough. Oh, Dystopian Deep Dives is here. Hey. Just as soon as I'm leaving, girl shows up. Go to Speakeasy's podcast and debate a little. You'll be over 5K in no time. Oh, dear. Giving advice about getting subs. I don't know, you guys. I was looking through my channel the other day, and I did I think I did a celebratory post of when I made 5K, like when I hit the 5,000 mark subs. Y'all, that was like 5 years ago. And I'm at 5.2K. I have been stuck like that forever. So I don't know. YouTube is funny. I did take a break though. I have taken a couple of breaks, so maybe that's to be expected. Yeah, I've taken a few breaks through my YouTube career. There are times when I'm more active than others, but I thought that was astounding. Like I saw that and I'm like, I'm at 5.2 now and it's like 5 years later. Are you effing kidding me? Are you effing kidding me? Like what? What am I doing wrong? I mean, I did lose a lot of subscribers just from not like being a crazy feminist anymore. So I think that's part of it. And being shadow banned. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Especially how hard I came against the trans cult years ago. Like, especially years ago, it was not popular. I definitely do think it was happening. I do think it's been happening for a long time. Yeah. But I don't want to think too much about it because it's like, what would I really do if I had a large audience? Like, would that be a good thing for me? Or would it be? Yeah, I have been flagged a lot. I have in the past. I definitely, yeah. But it's okay. What would I do with a large audience anyway? Like, I'd rather have a solid, tight knit community of people who are like actually seeking than you've lost a lot of friends to the turf movement. What movement? Yeah, what movement are you talking about? At least I got y'all. Yeah, nobody was talking. Well, other people were talking about it, but yeah, it was one of the first. Okay. Feminism, turf, and the trans. Yeah. The turf thing. Yeah. I don't know, I get annoyed about that whole thing as well. Or I have people like come out, or they still, I don't know. It's a rough one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Peach Yogurt. I wonder how she's doing. Magdalene Burns. She did. Joelle is monetized, but not hate. Nick is monetized. Nick's channel is totally monetized. He often has ads, and he also has. I think he chooses not to run ads most of the time because they're annoying and they break up his show. But he does have the super chats, which you can't have if you're not a monetized channel. I did do a little bit of Sheila Jeffries reading the other day. But I don't know, I kind of got like, I read from her book, Beauty and Misogyny, but I didn't really have much to say about it. It wasn't that interesting. She did. I bet the super chats on JLP was awesome. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised he's not monetized. I bet he's been through it quite a bit. And Hake, you can only imagine he's probably been through it pretty intensely. But yeah, shadow banning. It's not a bad thing though. Like I said, would it be good for me to really have that big of a platform? Because the few times I have gone viral, where I've had like really big people responding to me or like coming for me, or I've like collaborated with people. The only good thing that came out of time that I went somewhat viral was when I connected with a Korean feminist. Like they were all like, I had no drama from that at all. Actually, you know what? I did have some drama from that, but like nothing I couldn't like. It wasn't. I wasn't inundated though with like hate, you know. So yeah, I think for me now, when I think about it, when I think about like I feel like God has like protected me from getting too big, honestly, or getting too much attention on me. I feel like I've been covered and it's okay. Like, I'd rather people find me because they're genuinely seeking and they're the kind of people who like want to get certain contacts and content. And honestly, y'all, the other thing to go over really is I don't promote my channel. Like, I don't promote myself. I don't do the thumbnails thing. I don't like do all of the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing to like maximize the channel. Like, I could make it a lot more. If I did that kind of stuff, my channel would grow a bit more, honestly. But to me, it's not worth it, because I mean, I just am doing live streaming now. I'm not even really doing pre recorded content. I don't even have any desire to do pre recorded content, really. So, yeah, I mean, and I have had a lot of people in the chat as well. I've had those times where the chat is just going crazy. And I've got like, so many people watching. It's intense to keep up with. I kind of like having a more close knit space. And like it's not nothing. We talk about these numbers as if they're not incredible numbers. It's amazing to me that throughout the years, over 5,000 people have been somewhat interested in hearing what I might have to say about things. Like, that's amazing. Like, when you really think about how big a number 5,000 actually is, that's incredible. And I'm just little old me. Just little old me, just a humble, normal person. Like, really, what do I need? I need more than that? Gregatron found me through the comments section. Yeah, because I was commenting on, I was commenting and you saw. Well, that's cool. I mean, people find me through different ways, Sometimes it's accidental, sometimes it's like not. Yeah, that chat was going off. It was like, that was a big chat, I remember. And gossip too. Like, I remember people just like making up, like bringing up like so many different things that weren't anybody's business. And then like, I remember there were women in the chat like speculating that this one woman, was carrying on a relationship with a man. And I'm like, and Bev's all like, I've heard that too. And I'm like, what? You have no evidence about this. And y'all are just bringing it to my chat. Like, I hated that. I hated like people using my chat to spread gossip like that, Very evil. When I think about it now, like, even then it bothered me. But yeah, it bothers like way more now. I'm like how wicked can you be? And you're bringing it to my channel. No, she's not local to me. I know it was the spirit I was open to. I mean, I think I shut it down pretty quickly. I was like, I don't know anything about that, basically, and just kept the chat moving. But, like, you know, the man hating spirit of Satan flowing through women. Tomas! No, she's not local. She's, I mean, not to dox her, but she's in the Bay Area. So I had a nice time visiting with her and her community, meeting her friends. And like, we went to a concert that was on a boat. That was kind of fun. No, you ain't going outside. You ain't going outside. Why? Why do you think you're going outside? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I know why the Salem witch hunts happened. Not San Francisco exactly, but yeah. I mean, we went to different parts of the Bay Area. I didn't hit up San Francisco at that time. I mean, if you look her up, you can find out all her information. She's not like hard to know things about. She has, I mean, she's been in the same, area and community for decades. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, you. You. Why you come here? It is not my place to slay the dragon, but if it were, I do love San Francisco too. I was there. When was I there? 2008? I got electrocuted when I was there. I did a video about it. I don't think it's up anymore. But I had a good time in San Francisco. Excuse me. We were in the Mission District. That was fun. Went to some cool places, saw some cool things. I was volunteering though at the conference. I was worn out, hardly got any sleep, got electrocuted. You like seeing the nighttime lights? What are you doing out there? It's nice when it's in the morning and he gets to see the crows and he gets to pretend he's going to catch the crows. You've never been to San Francisco? It's definitely worth seeing. It's a beautiful city. It really is. It's a jewel. No, in the middle of the night, he's usually pretty calm. Well, y'all, I better go. It's been time. And he's, how did I get zapped? I was volunteering at the snack bar, and there was an old coffee maker that we had. It was like one of those big metal bun coffee makers, and my hand brushed up against the back of it. It was like this big metal back, and it I just felt the electricity go up my arm and through my body, basically, and it took me a moment to pull myself away, just because it shocked me so greatly. And it was chaotic. Yeah. Then I remember kind of being frozen for a moment and then feeling like I was going to faint. So I just immediately sat down on the floor and started crying. And this girl who was volunteering at the thing next to us. So we had this little snack bar table set up, and then there was a bookstore set up next to us. And so one of the women who was young women that was volunteering there, ran over to me and was trying to figure out what's wrong with me, but I couldn't speak. It took me a minute to speak. And then it was I've been electrocuted. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she went and got the organizer. She flipped out. And then she w got rid of the coffee machine. She like unplugged it, tossing it. She's an Italian woman, so she was going off, you know. She's like, they can go get effing coffee effing elsewhere. Da, da, da. And like, yeah, then there was a doctor at the event, so she took me outside and kind of took my vitals and kind of just waited for me to calm down. But yeah, that was awful. Awful. You're going to harass Foodie Beauty? Oh my God, you're one of the girls. You're a girl. You harass Foodie Beauty? A teacher in Ireland arrested for not teaching trans BS. How are you going to get arrested for that? How are they going to, like, this is insane. And why is it someone's job to teach that? Like, what? Like, what possible position are you in that's your responsibility to teach that stuff? Like, is it part of a curriculum that they're expected to be teaching? Yeah, Ireland is a mess. What happened to, yeah, the UK is nuts. I thought things were going to get better in the UK when Brexit happened, but it seems like it just got like, I don't know. Some things about it got good, but like a lot of things didn't. Yeah, Ireland is crazy on the woke. But I feel like most of the Irish people I've met and talked to are not like that at all. Like they're very against that stuff. I remember years ago, I had this internet friend who was an Irish guy, and we would like talk on Stickum. You know, we'd have our chats, or like what did we talk on as well? Stickum and Skype. And yeah, I remember him being very upset about the Muslim immigration. He's like, no, it's a problem. He's like, they don't assimilate to our culture. He's like, I saw an Egypt in a burqa. God. I know the Irish tiger economy is no more. Hi, baby. Oh, you. Hey, you. The Irish have a history of being overtaken rather easily. I don't know if it's that easy. We've always put up it's never been that easy. There's always been unrest if anyone does take them over. Come here. Come here. I mean, Rome didn't even bother trying to take Ireland. What? Hibernica. Or Hibernia. Meow. Oh, I know, God. The UK can't even troll. Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. Hi. This is an assault on the West. Indeed. I mean, yeah, they're really, it's amazing how quickly the devil moves. Indeed. There's all kinds of weird things happening, and it's all seemingly to destroy civilization as we know it. Come here, sweetie. Break down the family, break down women and men, break down people from breeding, import other peoples. Come on. Come on. Come on. You know you want up here. Why's my phone going off? Oh, God, Duolingo is bothering me. That little owl. All right, you guys, it's been fun, but I need to go for real this time. Have a good night. Bye. Shh. Stop. Oh my God. Stop. Why?